The world is not only populated with boring dogs and cats, you know. Today we're going to be looking at 10 of the most unique and unusual animals in the world. Make sure you stay tuned for number 1. That animal is positively psychedelic. Number 10. The Saiga Antelope. Looking more like a deer that desperately wants to be an elephant, Saiga antelopes are one of the most ancient mammals, having shared the earth with saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths. At that time, Saiga inhabited a vast territory ranging from the British Isles to Alaska. Immense herds of Saiga numbering in the tens of thousands once roamed the steep landscape. This evolutionary unique animal, the only species of the genus Saiga, has cultural and historical significance for the people of Central Asia as a symbol of the traditional nomadic lifestyle. Although they've survived for millennia, these animals face extinction today. In the spring of 2015, a mysterious disease wiped out more than half of the species' remaining population on Earth. More than 200,000 Saiga antelope perished during the mass die-off in Kazakhstan, the bodies of adults and calves dotting the grasslands for miles in a depressing little landscape. After careful study of animal remains from the die-off, scientists have concluded the Saiga were killed by hemorrhagic septicemia, or fatal blood poisoning. This was caused by Pasteurella multisida type B bacteria, which lived and multiplied in their noses. Who knew that such a small thing that made them so unique would also be the cause of their downfall? Number 9. Sloane's Viperfish. This deep-sea fish has fangs so large that they protrude from its mouth, sitting like spears alongside its beady eyes. Lurking at between 1,000 and 2,000 meters below the surface of the ocean, the viperfish uses bioluminescence to create a small lamp that dangles from its back to attract its prey of crustaceans and smaller fish. In spite of its ferocious appearance, the viperfish is actually a relatively small animal, growing to about 30 centimeters in length. It is usually dark silvery blue in color, but its coloration can vary from green to silver or black. Although the main light organ is located at the end of the elongated dorsal fin ray, there are also several photophores located all along the side of the fish. These may help to camouflage the fish from predators lurking below. These lights make its bottom side appear to blend in with the extremely faint light filtering down from above. They may also serve to attract prey and communicate with potential mates or rivals. Although viperfish have been known to get caught up in deep-sea trawlers' nets, it is unlikely that you will ever see a living specimen. However, they may be spotted at Iceland's annual Festival of the Sea at Reykjavik Harbor, at which fishermen display a variety of strange deep-sea species, including sea lampreys, fangtoofs, and viperfish. Number 8. The Bald Yukari. South Americans reportedly nicknamed this poor bald monkey Mono Angles, or English monkey, in honor of the first sunburned Britons to visit their homeland. Whether or not that's myth or reality, the bald Yukari's scarlet pate does not resemble that of a holidaymaker who has fallen asleep in the sun. During the rainy season, this vulnerable species lives high in the treetops of the Amazon River basin, but retreats closer to the ground in the dry seasons to forage for nuts and seeds. It's most easily recognized by its red face and bald head, from which it derives its name. Some people compare them to old men and babies because of their baldness, and there is no denying this species is uniquely handsome. The striking crimson color is caused by blood flow beneath the skin, specifically a thinner epidermis coupled with a higher concentration of capillaries in the face. The redness of a female's face is correlated with her estrogen levels. The redness of a male's face is indirectly related to his testosterone levels, according to a recent study at least. A redder face indicates a healthier monkey, since their face, like ours, grow pale when they're ill, particularly with malaria, which is rampant in their habitat. Number 7. The Lowland Streaked Tenrec. Madagascar is home to quite a number of unique and weird creatures, but with regard to looking weird, this next animal on our list truly takes the cake. Tenrecs are endemic to Madagascar. They look like a cross between a shrew and a hedgehog. Their snouts are long and pointed while the coat exhibits spines. The lowland streaked tenrecs are distinguished by two main features. The first is a rather long black-collared nose, which is longer than that of other small-sized insectivores. This includes hedgehogs, mice, and shrews. The other feature is black-colored coats displaying yellow stripes and bright yellow spine crests located over the top of their head and acting as a means of self-defense against predators. They are very sociable animals, often living in groups composed of up to 20 individuals. They are diurnal, meaning they usually go out to forage at night, but never alone. This is for protection because they always go out in small groups. One more incredible thing about this animal is that they can regulate their body temperature at will. They can match their internal temperature with that of the air's ambient temperature, which comes pretty handy during winter, allowing them to cope with extreme weather. Number 6. The axolotl. Looking more like a Pokemon rather than an actual animal, the axolotl or Mexican salamander is often spotted in lakes in various places around Mexico. This tiny salamander has the rare trait of retaining its larval features throughout its adult life. This condition, called neoteny, means it keeps its tadpole-like dorsal fin, which runs almost the length of its body, and its feathery external gills, which protrude from the back of its wide head. This makes them different from other salamanders as they live permanently in water. In extremely rare cases, an axolotl will progress to maturity and emerge from the water. But by and large, they are content to stay on the bottom of Xochimilco's lakes and canals. Axolotls are long-lived, surviving up to 15 years on a diet of mollusks, worms, insect larvae, crustaceans, and some fish. Accustomed to being a top predator in its habitat, these species has begun to suffer from the introduction of large fish into its lake habitat. Populations are in decline as the demands of nearby Mexico City have led to the draining and contamination of much of the waters of the lake. They are also popular in the aquarium trade, and roasted axolotl is considered a delicacy in Mexico, further shrinking their numbers. They're considered a critically endangered species as well. Number 5. The babirusa. Talk about a weird mismatch of different animal parts. Found in the swamps and rainforests of Indonesian islands, babirusas are no ordinary pigs. They have barrel-shaped bodies balanced on delicate deer-like legs, which is the reason they were named babirusa by the Indonesians. In Indonesian, it means deer legs. The most well-known species of babirusa is distinguished by its naked body and massive curving tusks. They have been known to occupy Sulawesi as early as 30,000 years ago, where they were hunted and eaten by the early human settlers. It has also been thought that these same humans introduced these animals to Sulu and Buru, but given the babirusa's swimming prowess, it's more likely that they swam to occupy other Indonesian islands. Number 4. The ground pangolin. The ground pangolin is an unusual animal due to the layer of protective horny scales. In fact, it is the only mammal that is completely covered in scales. Its long, streamlined body, its small, cone-shaped head, and the thick tail are covered with overlapping scales shaped like artichoke leaves, yellow-brown in color and composed of fused hairs. The only unprotected parts of its body are its underside and the inner sides of its limbs. When threatened, the animal can roll itself into an almost impenetrable ball, wrapping its strong tail around its body and leaving only its sharp scales exposed to any predator. They live in southern and eastern Africa, from Sudan and northeastern Chad to South Africa, mostly in savannas and woodlands as long as it's near a water source. They once roamed that area in vast number, but unfortunately today pangolins are one of the world's most critically endangered species, so sightings are indeed rare. Number 3. Diane's bare-hearted glass frog. Have you ever wondered where Jim Henson took inspiration from when he was creating Kermit the Frog? Well, probably not from this frog, because this species was only discovered in 2015. But the resemblance with its bulging white eyes and black pupils, the resemblance is actually pretty uncanny. But what makes the Diane's bare-hearted glass frog quite unique is not its striking resemblance to the famous Muppet. It's because it has a transparent chest, exposing the entire contents of its chest cavity, including its heart. This lack of pigmentation in such a specific area and its purpose still baffles scientists to this very day. This frog may look like Kermit, but it's not quite as cuddly. Male grass frogs are very territorial and will grapple fiercely with other males who trespass on their territory. Now it's time for the day's best pick. Today we're going to be looking at 2 unique animals, and can you tell if either of them is real? Number 2. The flying fish and the Mary River turtle. First off, the flying fish. Flying fish can be seen jumping out of warm ocean waters worldwide. Their streamlined torpedo shape helps them gather enough underwater speed to break the surface, and their large wing-like pectoral fins get them airborne. Flying fish are thought to have evolved this remarkable gliding ability to escape predators, of which they have many. Their pursuers include mackerel, tuna, swordfish, marlin, and other larger fish. For their sustenance, flying fish feed on a variety of foods, including plankton. Next up, let's look at this creature that looks like it's wearing a green wig made of algae. This is the Mary River turtle, which is endemic to the Mary River in Queensland, Australia. It's quite unique because it can stay submerged for up to 72 hours at a time. It can accomplish this remarkable feat because it is a cloaca-breathing turtle, meaning it can breathe underwater using special glands in their reproductive organs, and yes, you heard me right, they do indeed breathe through their genitals. Oh, and the green wig? Well, they spend so much time underwater that algae is able to grow on their head like an acid green wig. Now, do you think both animals are real? Well, if you're like me, you probably thought that the Mary River turtle is something out of someone's weird imagination. And like me, you would be wrong. These turtles are very real. In fact, they've been kept as pets in Australia for decades.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. The glowing sea turtle. Yes, this turtle does glow, but I'm sorry comic book fans out there, it's not because of a radioactive accident giving it superpowers beyond the comprehension of man, nor is it a ninja. This is in fact a very rare and very endangered biofluorescent hawk-billed turtle. They've been discovered back in 2015 swimming in the waters of the Maldives. They are the first biofluorescent reptiles ever discovered. Biofluorescence is very different from bioluminescence. Biofluorescent animals do not emit their own light, but rather reflect sunlight back in different colors, mostly green, red, and orange. Scientists are still baffled why some hawk-billed turtles fluoresce and why only a few of them do. Which unusual animal did you like the most? Leave your answers in the comment section down below. Want to watch more videos about unique and amazing animals? Click on any of the videos you see on your screen. As always everybody, thank you all for watching and I will see you all next time. Later everybody.